Just start singing.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the third episode of Season 4 of X Pursue Enthusiasm. Don't forget, Season 4 of X Pursue Enthusiasm is brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one who took the wrong exit, you eat the shit. Today's episode is going to be Season 1's The Wire. Season 1, Episode 6, it debuted, is that the right word? Premiere, debut, whatever, came out. Was shown on television November 19th, the year 2000. I don't know why I tell you people that. So we're coming up on almost exactly 25 years with this. Always exciting to go back to the first season. We'll get to it in a minute. I gotta be honest, I don't have a lot to bitch about right now at this very moment. The weather outside, because it's a Saturday, so I'm outside doing all my Panera Sip Club laps. DM me, ladies. The weather is it's crisp fall, but warm if you're in the sun. But I can rock my new corduroy jacket. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even bitch about the weather. There was a fair outside, not a fair, like this little fall fest they call it. I'm looking at the sign outside right across the street from me this morning. You know, bring the kids, bring the dogs. There's food trucks, tree planting, gourd bingo, scavenger hunt, there's pumpkin painting, there's face painting, yada, yada, yada. It's really cool. I walked around it a couple times doing my laps. I looked at it. It wasn't, I'm sure they were hoping there's more people. I don't know why they stopped at 2 in the afternoon, but it's a really nice thing. Just having it even near me was just kind of nice, even though it reminded me of a quote. It reminded me of a scene from Sarah Baum's. I don't if you pronounce it. She's Irish. From her incredible novel, Spill, Simmer, Falter, Wither. I had to read. There's no way I remember that title. I'll never remember it. When her and her dog come upon a regatta. It's like a scene, and there's all these families and kids, and she's looking at it, and she says, "I'm sorry." She's talking to the dog. "I'm sorry. The regatta is for families. See the kids in miniature life jackets all blown up like rubber bath toys? See the parents hanging onto a pudgy arm lest a sudden gust capture their balloon child and send them surfing to the trees? It's for families, not us." So it just made me think of that, but it's just really a really great thing going on. I hope they do it more weekends, especially while it's nice outside. So I can't even complain about anything going on around here. It's just super nice. I will have to say, let me give a shout out. Like I said, I've been replenishing my vinyl, mostly because I like to say replenish my vinyl, because I don't know if I mentioned this before. After lugging around some albums for going on almost 35, 40 years, they're grounded into dust. And chances are, because of the bands I love, they were probably used if I was lucky to get them in the first place. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, like, why don't you just fucking hit a button on Amazon, have a brand new copy show up, and then these things are sturdy, they feel great, they look great, they feel hefty, compared to these wisps of dusty memories I've been lugging around. So I've been doing that, and don't worry, I'm keeping all my Hall of Fame, like I'm still keeping all 7 of my Leave Homes, and I still got my little museum going on. But anyway, I was just reordering Lou Reed's incredible New York album, 1989. I remember when it came out. One thing always makes me chuckle is the Pizza Hut jukebox in Tappahannock, Virginia, in 1989 had New York Lou Reed in their jukebox, which was pretty wild. I know that because that was me and my girlfriend's special restaurant. Hey, that's how I rolled even back then, ladies. And I've loved that album since it came out. Of course, I love the Velvet Underground. I love all their albums, although I do put New York as number 2 all time Lou Reed for me behind their debut. It's always been an incredible album. And I've never been a lyrics guy when it comes to music I love, but that album in particular, the lyrics are incredible and they are depressingly prescient for today. They are every song you listen to, you're like, God damn, we need this shit today. We need Lou Reed singing this shit today. because it's fucking depressing. It seems to be the same old shit, just fucking worse. Anyway, I don't want to get this into bumming everybody out, but get that album if you don't already have it. It's an incredible album. As you well know, Lou spent about 20 years shitting out half-ass crappy albums with like one good track on it. This easily is his best from start to finish since the Velvet Underground. So anyway, let's get started with The Wire. Like I said, season 1, 6th episode. According to IMDb, what happens is Cheryl gives Larry an ultimatum. Hey, that's funny. The last episode we just did, The Therapist, Larry gave Cheryl an ultimatum. That's fucked up. There was some weird coincidence that happened last season that I was freaking out about. I'll have to dig it up. I'll mention it next time. You know what? I'm even going to make a note. Get season 3, I think is an opener. Coincidence for next. How exciting is this, folks? Anyway, that's crazy. We just did that episode where Larry gave Cheryl an ultimatum. Now it's vice versa. Okay, anyway. Cheryl gives Larry an ultimatum. Bury the wire in the backyard or else. But the permit the city gives Larry requires 6 signatures from his neighbors, and that means having to be nice to them at all cost. Or else. A lot of threats going on here. One great thing about this episode, well, there's two. I mean, there's Julia Louis-Dreyfus, obviously. But Wayne Federman, who's the asshole lawyer, he pops in another episode down the road. I love that guy. He's never been a star. Like, he's been a stand-up for 100 years, but he's one of these guys, his IMDb is like 9,000 pages long. He is fantastic in this role. And I have to say I'm a little biased because I used to follow him on Twitter, and now I'm thinking about him, I have to look him up again. Not just because of this, but because he actually wrote a book on Pistol Pete Maravich. So not only is he funny and he's great in this shit, but he knows and loves college basketball, in particular Pistol Pete Maravich. And I remember I tweeted something at him once about it, and he responded, which, blew me away. I was very happy with. Anyway, I'm always happy to see Wayne Federman. Season 1, The Wire, Xmas Your Enthusiasm. Season 4 is, of course, brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one that took the wrong exit. You eat the shit. Okay, just to set up what I'm sure is going to be a Larry David run here. So now he and Cheryl set up a little meeting with their neighbors. They're the only holdouts. 5 other neighbors have okayed the wire, getting rid of the wire in their yard. The only holdouts are Wayne Federman and his wife. They want to meet Larry and talk it out, apparently. So I'm sure this is going to be some bullshit. Oh, and the reason Cheryl wants to get rid of the wire is it's driving her crazy. That's it so far. So sorry. Okay, another thing that's gonna get some things rolling is Jeff calls. He's on the hook he's got a taking care of a kid. Whatever, kid burned down some building. Jeff's on the hook for $17,000. He needs a lawyer, and Wayne Federman happens to be a lawyer, so he's like, "Oh, I can help." But my question is, why would Jeff suddenly need a new lawyer? Like, he's Larry David's agent in Hollywood. He doesn't have a lawyer ready to pop at all times, 18 years in the business, and suddenly he's like, oh shit, I may need to have a lawyer look at something. Really? How does Jeff... Isn't Jeff a lawyer? The fuck? Anyway, I just love Wayne Federman, but this is some bullshit cooking. Oh boy. Okay, so Federman has weaseled his way into... He sniffed out that, hey, I can get a meeting with Julia Louis-Dreyfus out of this, which enrages Larry, but it's kind of implicit, and they kind of so at night, later that night, he's screaming at Cheryl, fuck that, fuck him, but she's all like, no, just come on, I really need you to get rid of that wire, oh my god, you don't get it, just call her. And it's like, you know what, fuck you. You want your husband to sell out his friend, like a professional a colleague, and his integrity because some wire is driving you crazy? Sell out, this relationship that bought you one of these, what, you have 40 fucking houses throughout this fucking run. You're just going to get another one after this wire thing anyway. But then you can't hit this wire. Why don't you go on one of your 12 yachts you probably own? No wires in the fucking ocean. Larry David starts out 1-0 in this episode, which I forgot to give you all the season record so far was 7-6, so he is 500 for the season, but he is 1-0 for the episode so far. 1-0 Larry David. Okay, now Larry gets in an argument. He wants to call Jeff to tell him not to take Fetterman as a lawyer. And Cheryl's like, no, the cutoff is 10:20. And Larry's like, no, it's 10:30. And it's like, Larry, you know you're going to step in it. Why would any husband, much less Larry David, who lives in La La Land in his fucking head, why would you not take the word of your wife who, and I hate to be sexist here, but yes, as a woman, is just better at things like this by nature. And also, you know what? Just wait till the fucking morning. Do you have to call? So I remember there's a couple of these throughout there, and this first one, Larry, it's just bullshit. Just wait like 8 hours and then fucking call him. And the idea that he thinks he would fucking know the rules of this one, fuck that. 1-1, Larry David. And what do you know? Larry immediately steps in it. He tries to call Jeff. Susie answers and rips him a new one, as she should. Larry, you're a fucking idiot for this one. 1 and 2. I mean, we tried to stop you. We tried to fucking tell you. You gotta call. The other weird thing that just occurred to me is this whole Jeff getting Fetterman as his lawyer, even though that's gonna blow up in his face, over $17,000. It's like, doesn't a lawyer in Los Angeles probably cost like $17,000 a second? Like, how much money are you saving by getting this fucking lawyer, or any lawyer, as opposed to you're Jeff Green, just fucking swallow the 17 grand. I mean, it is what it is. All this over $17,000? The fuck? Okay, so the whole thing to get Fetterman to meet Julia Louis-Dreyfus failed because he got stuck in the office with Jeff, and now Cheryl is just blasting Larry to reschedule, get Julia back over there to meet, and they're arguing against the same fight, and it's like, what the fuck? This is another super easy win for Larry. And I think this will be the first time this season we've gotten to use our old axiom from previous seasons we've learned about Curb Your Enthusiasm. Sometimes it helps to just have a bigger asshole in the room, right? And in this case, that asshole is Cheryl, and she's given Larry another easy win, so he is now 2-2 for the episode. This episode, of course, like the entire season of Season 4 of Curb Your Enthusiasm, is brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one who took the wrong exit. You eat the shit. Okay, this is like Groundhog's Day episode. They get in the exact same argument because now Larry wants to call Julia back because he left his notebook there, and of course it's 9:50 or so, whatever time it is. They have an exact same argument about when's the cutoff for calling people at night. And of course, for some reason, Larry is again arguing with Cheryl, and that is just dumb. That's a loss, Larry. I don't know. For fuck's sake. 2-3 for the episode, Larry. And in a replay from the Susie call a minute ago, he steps in it again with Julia. Fucking ace. 2-4, Larry. This is like watching Groundhog's Day while watching Groundhog's Day. Well, being in Groundhog's Day. If you're a fucking groundhog. He's over at Julia's house, and this is a good time as ever. I hate Brad Hall. I am so incensed, whatever. I hate Brad Hall with every fiber of my being. How this motherfucker has had Julia Louis-Dreyfus for over 40 years now. Like 45 years. Yeah, it's just incredible. I am stymied. I'm so jealous of this motherfucker. I hate him so much, but I'm so jealous. Is it too painfully obvious? Other than me just fucking come out and saying it, I am jealous of Brad Hall. I hate Brad Hall. Oh, God, please, Brad Hall. Okay, now Julia comes over to Larry's house, and there's something about a necklace that now she's accusing him of stealing. And the woman sold her, the neighbor, the Wayne Fetterman wife, sold it to her, and there was the bracelet he was going to buy, but he got in that fight with Richard Lewis in a previous episode. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the bracelet. But Julia, how can Julia just jump down his throat and like accuse him like Larry David, who, sorry, but gave her that house that she and that fucking Brad Hall fucking live in. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking jealous. Brad, come on this show anytime. Let me work out my problems with you. Play any episode, feel free to come on. And I was going to say something smarmy like, and bring your wife, but let's take the high road here, Brad. Anyway, it's ridiculous. Larry's right here, and like it's ridiculous. Of course, he didn't steal it. She's being ridiculous. Also ridiculous. That's the fourth time I said the word ridiculous right there. So anyway, 3-4 so far for the episode, LD. Okay, now, of course, while Julia Louis-Dreyfus is there, Wayne Fetterman comes over, and Julia's pissed at Larry, And so she just lets it rip with Wayne Fetterman about missing their appointment the other day and storms out. So now he and Larry argue because Larry's like, oh, there's your meeting. We're even or whatever. And he's like, well, I don't call that a meeting. That was a horrible experience. So Larry's like, get the fuck out. I got to side with my buddy Wayne Fetterman here. Number one, and I think this is true in the other episodes he's in, this guy knows how to rock a terrible sweater. I mean, not quite a Cosby sweater, but whereas Cosby sweaters were comical, like in their lunacy, his just like melt into the beige wallpaper wherever he is and still manage to look ridiculous in a annoying, glaring way. So just something else to love about Wayne Fetterman. But what was I scoring here? Wayne Fetterman's right here. It was terrible. Larry, you can't count that as a meeting. He basically sat there and watched his hero or whatever scream at him for about 10 seconds. That's terrible. That's going to keep him up all night, Larry. You lose that one. 3 and 5 so far. Meanwhile, don't forget that Season 4 of Xmas Your Enthusiasm is brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one that took the wrong exit. You eat the shit. Boy, that's it for the episode. 3 and 5. Another very few transgressions, as we like to say with Larry. I called it a paucity last week, and too many of you ladies slid into my DMs. 3 and 5, so that takes Larry for the season to 10 and 11. But I did want to say 2 quick notes on this episode. Number one, if you have to watch it, if for no other reason than Susie, this may be her, even though it's only 6 episodes into the whole run, this could be on her Mount Rushmore. She steals the entire episode. She was just total MVP performance by Susie. And also, I think this may be the first time we see Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She pops up again. And number one, and this is going to sound horrible in 2025, and I know this is sexist, fast forward, but I think I remember this being the moment an entire generation of young men and ladies like myself realized, oh my God, Elaine's hot? Like, not that she wasn't attractive on Seinfeld, not that I certainly would have been, not that she wasn't pretty or whatever, but like, for some reason, they never really let her be as hot as she really was. And I know that sounds terrible and stupid, but I don't think I'm wrong in that there were a lot of people across the nation all of a sudden that this moment she popped up, like, oh shit, was that there this whole time? Just like during the finale for Cheers when they did the theme song and everybody realized, oh shit, there's a second verse of this shit. Also, and this is repeated throughout whenever she does pop up the rest of the show, she just seems to hate Larry David, like to the bone, which is hilarious. Anyway, another quick episode there, 10 and 11 for the season. This season brought to you, of course, by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one who took the wrong exit. You eat the shit. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.